Hey guys, we're going to be going to the final bosses of Dark Visions number 19, the Bug and the Tetra Sylphide. I'm going to be doing the final boss in a different video. So this is going to be my day one clear where I just use quick and easy team. It's not designed to be budget, it's not really going cheap or anything. I'll be doing reruns later in the week, or either next week potentially for budget runs. But for now, we're just going to go in here and just knock these out. Overall, they're not really too hard. Just, you might need a little bit of team adjustments. So this is a bug weak to magical water. It uses water as well. We're going to be covering the magic with Biggs and Wedge. We're going to use Nicole just to water resist and imbue us. We're going to use Sniper Physalis to magic boost a bunch. We're just going to guard Luna Freya for now, guard you for now, guard you for now. Yeah, the damage cap is 20 billion, so keep that in mind. Single hit units, max out at 10 billion, so you've got to use at least 2 of them, plus a tiny amount of supporting damage. So we're going to go ahead and just reload these two. We're going to kill this boss on turn 4. Alright, let's get the shifted LB of Nicole. Let's have Louise on this turn just put up the shifted Gun in Peril. Let's see, Yuna will do her base form LB. That's going to be a Evoker modifier boost for Luna Freya. So yeah, so with Luna Freya as well as Sniper Physalis, they're both going to damage cap for 10 billion. So we just need a tiny bit spec more damage with, I think the actual damage cap is like 20.5 or something. So you do need a slight amount more than 10 billion or 20 billion. It's like 20.5. So we're going to use Luna Freya to just get ready. Reload you. Nicole can reload the water imbue. Go back to the base form with Louise, where we'll do the 90 break. And then just, some generic stuff. And then Yuna can do, let's see, Hymn of the Faith and Staff in Peril. So obviously Yuna is here to really power up Luna Freya with Staff in Peril, her LB damage boost, and her STMR damage boost for evocation. There's some water damage on Biggs and Wedge. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and kill. So we're going to use Sniper Physalis to LB. We're going to use Luna Freya to LB. Nicole is going to quad Comet, which is a single target Chaos Wave Awakened. So we can chain with, what's this girl's name? Louise. And then Yuna is going to dual wield Flood with Biggs and Wedge. Are going to dual wield Flood. And that'll give us the chain count score we need. So we're going to go ahead and just send pretty much everyone right away. And that should be our damage cap. I saw 10 billion in there with, okay, there's the double 10 billion. And a little bit of bonus damage with Louise. We should have done like 21 billion or something. 20.6, that's the damage cap. So there we go. So Louise is basically nothing. She's geared for provoking. I probably should have geared someone else for provoke. Now that I think about it, so Louise could have more room for damage, but it doesn't really matter. So damage cap, and a slight supporting damage. And that should have been it. Yep, 240. We're good. New record. Okay, so there it is. And I'll show the gear real quickly, but I didn't really do a turn chart or anything. I just like winged it. Because like I said, these are pretty easy as long as you've got some options. So Nicole is like literally whatever. He is just dual or quad Erinys ring with Comet. We can support chain, shift, same thing. Louise is passive provoke evasion in the base form. Shift form is geared for damage while also passive provoke evasion, so her damage was nerfed a large amount. She has dual wielding guns though, and she was imbued with water by Nicole. Yuna was just dual wielding water weapons on a Flood Esper, and she did her evocation stuff. So there we go. Biggs and Wedge are 300% water resist plus 100% from Nicole. I don't know the exact amount you need. I can look it up real quick actually. We need... Oh, we actually only needed 200% resist, and we had 100 buffs. So actually, we didn't really need that much, truthfully. But it didn't really hurt. So there it is. He was again on a Flood Esper to dual wield Flood for support chaining for that chain count score. Luna Freya base form naked. shift form, double staff build, evocation versus everything, because evocation, and she got heavily boosted by Yuna. And then Sniper Physalis, again, damage capped, gun build, but she's like the MVP versus anyway, because she has huge innate bug killer naturally. So there was I think it's Lebah Raksasa. There we go. So let's go to the physical fight. See you in a second. Alright guys, next up is going to be Tetra. It's a spirit weak to fire. We're going to be just taking Carton and Laura, and that should be all we really need. The boss does wind damage and all. We're going to kill on turn 3, so, it should be pretty much fine. Alright, so we're going to use Aerith to shifted LB for the boost, or for the stats. We're going to use Carton to mod boost. We're going to use Laura to volatile to imperil and all that. Regina on first turn is going to imperil the boss. To the base form, Cacteria is going to do Unfaltering, Thorny, and we don't really need much else. We'll just do Cactus. And you know what I should have done with Cacteria is Wind Resist. Whoopsie. Oh well. And then we'll just AR 3 times. I don't think the boss does wind damage until turn 2 or beyond. And there goes the Mirage. Hopefully Cacteria gets a few crystals. She didn't get many, but she should be fine. She'll regenerate it. Alright, I think turn 1 is just physical damage, which is fine. So we can do Wind Resist on turn 2 with Cacteria. Aerith can imbue fire. To the base form with Laura, we'll just normal. Carton to the base form, we'll just regain composure. Regina, anti-fairy module. And then Zahn will critical Regina and spread that up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the boss does wind damage on this turn either. Well, there we go. Alright, Cacteria, base form for the Fist in Peril. Laura is going to shift and chain with Carton again. Carton is going to chain. Zahn will triple bolting. That's not bolting. Oh my god, Zahn, come on. Zahn will triple bolting. We're going to just blue wave with Regina. And Aerith will start the chain for us. Okay, so we're going to have Aerith start that chain, get it nice and high modifier. Then we send everyone else in, and we're looking for, 20.5 or better. Variance and all that. We should get it though, hopefully, probably, sort of, maybe. 23. Yep, we did. We overshot by a bit. So Carton carried that primarily, and then Laura chipped in a tiny amount. We'll see the breakdown. It might have been just Carton enough. Oh, not actually. Not really. So Carton almost did it by himself. A little bit short. And then Laura brought up the rear. Okay, so there's a perfect for that one. And let me go ahead and show you the gear. And then, oh, hey, look at that. Rank 1. And then I will get to the final boss, which is Anima. Anyway. The party we used for Tetra was this team. So Cacteria was our provoker. She had some wind resist, a lot of wind resist. We did a wind buff from an Esper. I'm not really sure why I built her dual wield or whatever. Oh, who cares? Doesn't really matter. Anyway, she did Fist in Peril and all that. She was also the passive provoker, and she did a wind resist with Tetra Sylphide. Regina is using a fire. Doesn't really even matter. Blue waved the chain, and she did the 200% Fairy Killer buff. Zahn stole the Fairy Killer buff and chained bolting with Regina. Aerith and the shift form, a little bit of wind resist. She did stat buff and fire imbue and amplify. Laura and the base form, dual wielding with the TMR. Shift form is geared for double hand. She did 3000 chained with Carton. Also, she did the 90% break and the big fire and peril. Carton, base form, whatever. Shift form, double hand build, 6000 attack power. I think he's maxed on Fairy Killer. ferry, 275 ferry, not quite. Anyway, there was the 2 clears. You know, not really designed as a guide. I'll go back later for more budget runs, but I wanted to just get those over with. So now time to work on Anima. See you in a bit.